Hi everybody, I'm Kersten Luts and welcome back to Platypod TV, brought to you by Platypod, where innovation never sleeps. In today's video, we're diving into the world of product photography. We'll explore how to create stunning atmospheric images using some of my favorite Platypod tools and a few carefully chosen props. By the end of this video, you'll have all the knowledge to take your product shots to the next level. Ready? Let's jump in. All right, let's talk about the setup first. Today, we're working with an old Agfa Isolette camera, its leather pouch, a canvas bag, some pine cones, prints, an old field journal, film rolls, and old negatives to create a rich textured composition. To add even more character, we'll be staging everything inside an old wooden crate to evoke a sense of history and nostalgia. Props like these are key for building atmosphere and telling a story in your images. Now for lighting, we'll be using available light from a window. This is a fantastic way to keep your setup simple and achieve a natural, soft look. And for some extra punch, I'll use one Lumecube Panel Pro as a fill. Position your crate so the light falls at an angle, creating depth and shadow for a more dynamic shot. If the light's too harsh, you can diffuse it with a sheer curtain or even a piece of parchment paper. But here in Britain, well, it's mostly overcast, so no need for that on most days. This is where our trusty Platypod tools come in. I'll be using the Platypod Extreme as the base for my camera. Its low-profile design allows me to position my camera close to the ground, and the Extreme's multiple mounting holes are also ideal for securing additional accessories if needed. In this case, I'm shooting everything on a tabletop, so not having to move bulky tripods around is a real advantage. For flexibility, I'll incorporate the Platypod Traveler ball head. This compact Agfa-compatible ball head offers full panning capabilities and has been tested to hold over 15 pounds of camera equipment. 15 pounds. That's a hell of a lot. It's small enough to fit in your camera bag while remaining budget-friendly. Equipped with Platypod's original round Agfa-compatible quick-release disc, the Traveler can adapt practically any of your camera and lighting equipment to any Platypod, the handle, or in fact any tripod. To bounce additional light in the scene, I'm using a white reflector on the opposite side of the LED light. Right, let's move on to styling the shot. First, I place the Agfa camera slightly off-center inside the crate. The leather pouch can be draped casually over one corner, and the canvas bag can sit at an angle in the background to add depth. For texture, I sprinkle the pine cones randomly throughout the scene. The rich, earthy tones of the pine cones will complement the warm hues of the wood and leather. Before we take the shot, let's cover a few additional tips. First, manual focus. Switch your lens to manual focus for precise control. This is especially important when working with shallow depth of field. Second, camera settings. For this setup, I'm shooting at f9, ISO 100 and a shutter speed of 1/2.5 seconds. These settings give me a nice balance of sharpness and depth. Number 3, tripod stability. When working with slow shutter speeds or precise compositions, stability is key. The Platypod Extreme ensures my camera stays rock solid even on uneven surfaces. Number 4, experiment with angles. Try shooting from various angles to find the most compelling perspective. A slight tilt or a shift can transform the mood of your image completely. But before we start shooting, you can help us out by hitting that subscribe button down below. It'll help this video being seen by many more people. Such as the YouTube algorithm, let's beat it together. All right, it's time to take the shot. Before you press that shutter button, take a moment to double check your composition. Is the lighting hitting your subject just right? Are the props balanced without looking too staged? Once you're happy, fire away. After capturing the initial shot, take a few variations. Try moving the reflector or changing the camera angle slightly. The beauty of digital photography is that you can experiment without limits. Once you've taken your shot, give it a quick edit in Lightroom or Photoshop, but make sure you don't overdo it. The goal is to enhance the natural beauty of your shot, not to overpower it. And there you have it, folks. I hope this video gave you some ideas and inspired you to make atmospheric product shots at home. If you want to learn more about photography, check out my podcast, the Camera Shake Podcast, where I've talked to pros like Freddie Clark in detail about how they create their amazing images. And if you're not yet following the Camera Shake Podcast, then what the heck are you doing? Check it out on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever awesome podcasts live. You'll find all the links in the description below. As always, take a snapshot of your setup or share your final shots on Instagram if you've been experimenting with Platypod gear, or try out the lighting setups we've discussed today. I want to see your creations. Make sure you tag Platypod on Instagram and use the hashtag #PostMyPlatypod. And if you like this video, we have a button specifically for you right here. Join the community over on Facebook to see what other Platypod users are up to, and ring that bell so you don't miss our regular videos. That, my friends, is all for today. Keep creating, and I'll see you next time.